Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am your host, the #1 Vikings fan extraordinaire, Adam Boyer. Today we are back with yet another video, a different type of video today, in that we're not going to be looking at the Commanders or the Vikings, or we're not going to be doing anything Madden related. We're not even going to be doing division predictions, even though pretty soon we are going to be finishing up way too early division predictions with the NFC West. But anyway, today we are going to be looking at 5 players who have potential, or who I think will make the Pro Bowl for the first time in their careers in 2022. Only stipulation I think pretty much I kind of had for this was that the players had to have at least 2 seasons under their belt for me to consider them for making the Pro Bowl for their first time in their career. And so without further ado, I believe we'll get in it, but before we start, let me just remind you, if you would, please to subscribe, give a like on the video, and of course, don't forget to support me on Patreon as well if you can. So, thank you very much. All the links will be in the description for anything you might need. If you want to follow me on Facebook, yeah, anything like that. So without further ado, finally, let's get into the video. So, we start off with, I'm going to go ahead and start off with a more obvious one, and that is Joe Burrow, quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals. 2021, Burrow obviously led the Bengals, who were expected to be like, what, a 7-win team or so, all the way to the Super Bowl, where they narrowly fell to the Los Angeles Rams in a great game. In 2021, Burrow was 366 of 520, with a 70.4 completion percentage, 4,611 yards, 34 touchdowns, and 14 interceptions. Dynamite! And this, of course, being even with getting sacked, what was like 56 times in the regular season. He did not have a good O-line. The weapons around him are decent, but I think they're pretty good, so he obviously used that to his advantage, especially Jamar Chase. But the offensive line, they got Ted Karras, Alex Kappa, Lyle Collins. Burrow is going to light it up next year. I think we could see like a third-year slump, sort of, but I don't think so. I think the Bengals' defense, we'll have to see. They kind of were surprised, kind of like the Commanders' defense back in 2020. But I do think they could take a small step back, but maybe not. And then I think their offense should be lights out. Like I said, Mixon running behind that revamped O-line, all their weapons and Higgins and Chase and Tyler Boyd. I don't know who they got at tight end now after losing C.J. Uzomah. But yeah, I think Burrow is going to have a big 2022 campaign, and I think he will reach the first Pro Bowl of his career. The reason I started off with him was not only because it was a little more obvious, but also the little stipulation here. Last season, he was named an alternate to the Pro Bowl, but I'm not really counting that as a Pro Bowl pick. I don't think that is counted officially as a Pro Bowl pick, so I'm putting him on this list. And that moves us on to number 2. My very own wide receiver of the Commanders just signed to a 3-year deal. Hallelujah. And that is Terry McLaurin, wide receiver, Washington Commanders. 2021, Terry McLaurin had 77 receptions for 1,053 yards. That's a 13.7. He has 13.7 yards per catch and 5 touchdowns. That was all last year. In his career, he's recorded 222 receptions for 3,090 yards and 16 touchdowns. And that includes back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. And in his rookie season, I don't remember if he cracked 900 yards, but it was at least close. And he's been lights out, even with, as the saying goes, and as is used a lot to describe the Commanders, a revolving door at quarterback. We're hoping Carson Wentz can bring some stability to the position. We'll have to see if that happens. But I think McLaurin has shown that it doesn't really matter who's at quarterback. He can light it up, and he's going to be the #1 guy. I think Jahan Dotson will help take some of the pressure off him. Curtis Samuel being fully healthy should help. I think Wentz is going to help at least provide some stability and help McLaurin find someone to make some chemistry with. I think he could have a 1,500-yard receiving yards season this year, and I do think he will finally get the recognition he deserves and make the Pro Bowl. That moves us on to number 3, and that is Marcus Williams, safety for the Ravens. I was very surprised when I heard that Marcus Williams had never made a Pro Bowl. Maybe being stuck on the Saints. Maybe that was, helping people not recognize him enough. Maybe going to the Ravens will help him stand out more. I don't know. But in 2021, he had yet another good year, 74 tackles, 2 interceptions, 8 passes defended, and 1 forced fumble. In his career, he has 320 tackles, 15 interceptions, 38 passes defended, and 3 forced fumbles. I want to say he's going to the 7th year of his career, but I'm not positive about that. He had 38 passes defended in his career, and he's never made the Pro Bowl. He's a guy that, he's not going to stuff the stat sheet necessarily, but he's reliable. He's a very good defender to have, a good leader on a team, I think. And so I would not at all be surprised if he does indeed get his first Pro Bowl nod in the upcoming season, although it might be a little bit harder for him to now on a stacked Ravens secondary, but we'll see. Move us on to number 4. That would be A.J. Terrell, cornerback for the Falcons. After a unremarkable rookie year, Terrell lit it up last year on a Falcons team that had very few bright spots other than Cordarrelle Patterson and himself. He recorded 81 tackles, 16 passes defended, a forced fumble, and 3 interceptions. Maybe you might wonder why he didn't have more interceptions. It was because quarterbacks didn't want to throw his way. 16 passes defended. This guy lit it up, and I think he has the potential, again, to be one of maybe the only bright spot on a Falcons team, probably the only bright spot on their defense other than maybe Grady Jarrett. This season, it's going to be rough for the Falcons. I would not at all be surprised to see them finish last in the NFL and get the number 1 overall pick, but maybe not. Maybe they'll surprise us. And that, by the way, as long as we're mentioning that, don't forget to check out my Atlanta Falcons Slow Franchise Rebuild in Madden card to all the playlist for all the episodes right here. And that moves us on to number 5, our final player who has a chance to make the Pro Bowl for the first time in his career, and it's going to come as a surprise to probably not many people. Brandin Cooks, wide receiver for the Texans. 2021 with Davis Mills and Tyrod Taylor at quarterback. McLaurin. 90 receptions, 1,037 yards, that's 11.5 yards per catch, and 6 touchdowns. This guy has been so underlooked throughout the course of his career. He has 573 receptions in his career, 7,917 yards, 46 touchdowns, and 6 1,000-yard seasons under his belt. There's only been 1 or 2 seasons where he didn't crack 1,000 yards. I don't know, whoever picks the Pro Bowl players, I'm not exactly sure who that is, but if they keep overlooking Brandin Cooks, it's going to be a big mistake, and who knows if it'll be Tyrod, I guess it can't be Taylor, he's not on the team, but if it's Davis Mills or whoever at quarterback, I don't know who's going to be the quarterback for the Texans, but Brandin Cooks is kind of like Terry McLaurin has been in that he's been the receiving game for the Texans since DeAndre Hopkins left, and I think he's going to continue to be that, and I think he could take up, something probably outrageous like 35-40% of their targets and receptions on the Texans team this year. So, with all that said, let me know what you think. Go down in the comments. Let me know if you agree, if you think these players could make the Pro Bowl for the first time in their career. Could be a little bit, controversial maybe. I don't know. Could be fun to discuss, though, down in the comments. Let me know if you think there's anyone else who might make the Pro Bowl for the first time in their career this year. Let me know. Go down in the comments. Just let me know, and we'll have a good discussion down there. As always, don't forget to subscribe. Should be a playlist appearing on the screen, a video, and a subscribe button. Check all that out. Really helps. If you really enjoyed this video, share it with some folks you think might enjoy it as well, or maybe you might start up some controversy, some sports controversy. That's always fun. But yeah, and of course, don't forget to like the video as well. Very, very much appreciated. On the road to 500 subscribers and eventually 1,000 by 2023. That's the goal. As always, I'm the Vikings fan. I'm out of here. See y'all later. Thanks for watching.